While many of us try to steer clear of flying wonders of nature, bees in particular, Ted Dennard follows them, as he has been doing since the age of 12. That's when he was introduced to the amazing life of bees. Years later, the Savannah Bee Company was started out of his kitchen. Now Savannah Bee Company operates out of a 40,000 square foot warehouse and multiple retail locations. As his passion was blossoming into a business, Ted visited the Small Business Resource Center. Here's his story.
The Savannah Bee Company really started when this old man, Roy Hightower, put honeybees on our property when I was about 13 years old, and I would work with him on the weekends and just fell in love with honeybees and honey and beekeeping. And then I had a landlord in college that had bees, and I joined the Peace Corps, and they wanted me to teach beekeeping in Jamaica, which I did for 2 years. And then I ended up in Savannah, fall in love with this town, and I had 5 beehives. I was working 4 jobs and started selling some jars of honey to a store here in town. And then another store saw the honey jars there and they wanted to sell them. And then another store, and then another store, and it started to slowly grow. And then in 2002, I started it officially as a business and printed a price sheet and went to Atlanta to this gift mart and set up a booth and started wholesaling my products. And that was 12 years ago, and here we are. It's come a long way. Back then it was me in the kitchen, and now there's 65 people working for Savannah Bee Company, and we have 4 retail stores, a website, and we wholesale to about 1,500 customers all over the world, all over the country, and a little bit around the world. In the very beginning, I had no real business understanding or knowledge or experience because I was a philosophy major. And I was working with Lynn Voss at the SBDC, and across the hall is the SBAC. And so I was learning about just finances and everything and having to really bootstrap the business. And so I needed cash all the time because as your business grows, it just consumes and consumes, no matter if you're making a profit. And so we walked across the hall, and there's been at least 2 or 3 different times that the SBAC has helped give us a loan. One was for this retail store that helped us to open this in 2008, which I know was a bad year for retail, but we thought it was great, and so we've opened 3 more since then. And they helped us buy a 40,000 square foot building out on Wilmington Island where we have all of our offices. It's where we bottle all of our honey and just, ship and receive stuff all over. This honey is made on where the tupelo trees grow from the nectar of those flowers. And so this is made up in the mountains in Montana, actually. So these little tiny wildflowers. Even if you have a passion for what you're doing in business, you're still going to need cash flow and some help, and the SBAC is a great resource. We had some really low interest loans with them, and they've been able to help guarantee some loans that other banks will then be more willing to help us. So it's been really a lifesaver for us and helped us to grow.
Savannah Bee has been featured locally and nationally, bringing some extra buzz to our city. If you're interested in a small business loan, the SBAC is where you need to be. Visit the Small Business Resource Center at 111 East Liberty Street or check us out online at sbacsav.com. Ted turned his passion into sweet success. You can too. Reporting for the Small Business Assistance Corporation, I'm Leandra Michael.